Well, a very simple tool is to just ask yourself, where am I right now? Right? And so, in that sounds so simplistic. But as most things that are simple, it doesn't make it easy, right? So if you're in, for example, in a business meeting, and I had this happen to me where a gentleman, an older gentleman, was telling me that I'm simply not equal. That he had brought all these things to the table, and that put him here, and that put me here, and he showed his hands like that, and I was like, wow. And so at that point in time, I've practiced so long that I usually go to curiosity pretty quickly. But in this situation, I did stop for a minute. It's like, okay, so where are you going to be with this? And it's like, I think we'll be inside, right? I could have gone outside and said, that's inappropriate, and how can you say that? And and that would have been fine. But I didn't want to give myself that experience. I wanted to give myself the experience of standing in my truth and sharing that truth with him rather than talking about him. So that's exactly what I did. And I said, it's very interesting that that's the word you would use. And so I asked him about what he meant. So I didn't leave myself. I was just trying to figure out what was going on out there, still oriented right here, holding that hammer. And so when he explained to me all these things he brought to the table, and I said, well, and that's where the reflection came, is I asked myself, where are you? And where I was, just like you said at the beginning of this conversation, when you are in your heart or within yourself, you don't have self-doubt. You know your value. And so I said, wow, I've worked and traveled in 38 countries. I'm bilingual. I do work in conflict resolution, crisis management. I'm an executive coach with Forbes. I just go through my whole litany of things. So for me, I was establishing my value not only for myself, but for this senior business professional. And I said at the end of that, and with all of those skills and qualities, I would never consider myself better than you. So I'm trusting that actually, from my perspective, we're both equal. Now, I have no idea if he changed his opinion. I really don't care, honestly. What was important to me is that I maintained a value of myself, and I was able to live from that place out in the world. Now, and this is how I also did a lot of work on myself when I was younger, because if you keep hearing consistent feedback, like if a mirror keeps being held in front of you, for example, my mirror was, you're angry a lot. You're angry a lot. Why are you always angry? At some point I was like, I don't feel like I'm angry, but I'm hearing a lot that I'm angry, so there must be something to that, right? So then I started looking at that. So and even if you do get it frequently, still doesn't mean that it's a truth, but it's an opportunity for you to check in. Yeah. Is that